What's going on, you blah blah blah. Let's try that again.
Yes.
What's going on, all you amazing people? I'm Matt.
And I am Vanessa.
And happy Friday the 13th,
Yes.
if you celebrate that kind of thing.
Superstition?
Superstition? Black cats? Oh my goodness, just be wary of the full moon. Just kidding. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about Marshall.
Which has absolutely nothing to do with Friday the 13th.
Nothing at all, but
Except
that's
that it
okay.
came out today.
That's perfectly fine. Marshall stars Chadwick Boseman, Josh Gad, Dan Stevens, Kate Hudson, and James Cromwell. And Marshall is based on an early trial case of Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall. The young lawyer is sent to Connecticut to defend a black chauffeur accused of rape and attempted murder of his wealthy white employer's wife. Hampered by the conservative state and its unwavering court, Marshall partners with a Jewish insurance lawyer, and the two find themselves fighting for the freedom of one man and much, much more. Now, this is certainly a very interesting and intriguing film. On
Yes.
paper, it looks like one of those feel-good court case dramas.
Yes.
But it's almost anything but that.
Yes. I would agree with you 100%. Here we are, we're talking about, what, 1940? What's the year?
Yes.
Yes. Well, one of the
1940s.
early cases in civil rights, and not the most known case of
No.
Thurman, is that his name?
Thurgood
Marshall. I don't know, actually, Thurman.
I don't know why you're saying Thurman either. We just saw this movie.
Just saw it. I'm thinking Boseman and Thurman. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Anyways, his biggest court case was actually versus the Board of Education. That ended segregation in schools, but we don't get that story. We get a completely different story.
No, and to be fair, this trial, it's handled very well. Like, it is engaging.
Yes.
But even in this movie, we see Thurgood as he goes from, he's being sent state to handle certain cases,
Yes.
working for the NAACP, and this is just one case. But in my opinion, this case is a platform for the characters, and it serves a purpose for them to shine, and they definitely do just that.
They definitely do amazing. The characters themselves. This is history. They go on to fight and win more civil rights cases in the Supreme Court, which is fantastic. But these actors portray these characters with so much heart. It's so believable, and
Yes.
Josh Gad and Chadwick Boseman just work so well together.
Yeah, it's surprising, actually,
Yes.
that their chemistry works remarkably well. And speaking of superstition and Friday the 13th, there's our black cat. But anyways, no, their on-screen chemistry, I did not see them working together as well as they do.
Right.
And also separate, Chadwick Boseman, I like him. I think he's an up-and-coming actor. This is the best I've seen him. Him playing Thurgood Marshall is remarkable. Because Thurgood, he represents Thurgood with such self-confidence and swagger.
Right. He's so
Almost
confident,
arrogant. Almost.
courageous. He's determined. He's not really going to be pushed down. He's not going to be held down. He is going to shine. And, even though he doesn't win every case, that doesn't sway him from going on to the next one and giving it everything he possibly can.
Yeah, it's actually incredible to think about just the way that he is sent from one place to the next.
Yes.
And every single time he approaches a case, or at least from how I'm basing it off of this case, it's just with such, righteousness, and he's fighting for justice, and it's incredible to see.
Yes.
And Chadwick, he nails it. Josh Gad is really good.
He's really, really good. I only know a little bit about Josh Gad, Beauty and the Beast. And this is pleasant because he's nothing like his character in Beauty and the Beast.
No.
He doesn't need to be. This is obviously a completely different character, but he's able to take this very serious role, and he's fantastic.
Yeah, and it is serious. And also what's interesting is the fact that both of these characters deal with discrimination separately. Like they're both persecuted, obviously Thurgood for being black. Josh Gad's character, Sam Friedman. Sam Friedman.
Mm-hmm.
He's Jewish, and so he's getting a lot of flack for that. But then, they don't even want to, Sam Friedman, he doesn't want to work with Thurgood in the beginning, but then they come to an understanding and end up fighting this single battle together. I know it sounds kind of cheesy, but the movie really makes it work.
It does. It really works. This movie really is heightened by the performances, because this story could otherwise just be kind of bland.
Yeah.
But the acting and the directing just make it so fluid and just watchable.
And believable. Which is very important.
And
also
very entertaining.
Very entertaining. Just real quick, Dan Stevens, he's great.
Yeah,
Kate Hudson, solid. And even Wiley.
Go ahead.
I was going to say the Wiley veteran, James Cromwell. He's really good as well.
He's good. And then Sterling being the accused. He's fantastic.
Yes.
So.
And also the writing. I have to major props to the writers of this film, because a lot of times I was even sitting there thinking to myself that this movie was about to go down some cheesy, sugary path, but it doesn't. I mean, there are moments where we're treated to, monologues by characters, but they're not shoved down your throat with just spoonful after spoonful of sugar. It's dealt with and handled very seriously.
Yeah,
and it's important and meaningful to the film, and it just accented what was going on even more.
I agree.
So I love the writing in this film, and you already mentioned the directing. The directing was solid.
I also like the pacing, or there's another word for it, where he throws in a little bit of humor just to make sure the audience is kind of paying attention. It kind of helps move the movie along as well.
Yeah,
it could have been really droll. Is that the right word?
Yeah, it could have been droll. And I have to agree with you. I do like the humorous moments in this film, because otherwise you're left with a very businesslike and at times actually very dark movie.
Yes.
And the humorous spots work really well. I mean, it's nothing, I don't know, just played for laughs.
Right.
It fits the characters and it fits the situation.
I agree.
I do have, my only complaints with this movie are very small. There is one scene involving Thurgood and his wife, and the situation, I know it has a very meaningful purpose in one aspect, but I thought it was going to go somewhere, and it doesn't. Like, the subplot just never really develops. It's just one little scene. And then also, I do like the musical score in this film. I thought it was very original. I thought it fit the film for the most part. But it was also a little bit distracting at times, at least for me, because the film, they don't use an orchestra. Instead, I actually have the name. They turn to American jazz musician Marcus Miller to do the score. And so it was interesting and it was good, but I was like, what is this?
Yes, I like it because it's a nice, I don't want to say change of pace, but it fits the movie quite well. It does. It really does. And I can see what you mean by distracting is because you get into the music maybe when you shouldn't be getting into the movie. That
actually would be me. I was sitting there like, this is actually pretty neat, pretty cool. And
I was like, wait, focus.
Yeah. Wait. What did he say? What's going on? No. It kind of threw me for a loop because I'm so used to just orchestral backgrounds. But it did fit. And also, although you do know where this movie is going, it is very entertaining and it's very well made. Yes, in all honesty, it might be one of my favorite films of the year so far.
Oh my goodness,
I'm giving it an A-.
I have A.
Yeah, I really do like this movie. And also, I just want to say, don't sleep on this movie. Don't let this movie pass you by. If it interests you or if you're at all slightly curious about it, I do highly recommend it. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because we live in Vegas. I know we've said this before. We live in Vegas. This movie is, I think, only showing at 2, maybe 3 theaters in the whole valley. You're talking about over 2 million people in this valley, and it's showing at 2 or 3 theaters. So, I don't know what's up with the small, limited release or what's going on, but it is definitely worth checking out, and I have a feeling it'll go by like that. Yes. So, I do recommend it. Of course,
check it out, please.
If you have seen it, let us know what you thought about it down below.
Know what you think.
And if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more of our awesome movie reviews, hit the subscribe button. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best.
Yes, you
are. And also, as always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we will see you guys next time.